in the game.
Need another life, give me a break. Need another life, oh, need another life, give me a break. Need another life,
It's fair to say that the BSC young boys have the odds stacked against them tonight, near the bottom of the league phase table and coming up against an Arsenal side in top form. If the form book is correct, we could see a lot of goals tonight, and it's live from the Emirates Stadium. So, welcome to match day 3 of the new era of the Champions League. Today we have Arsenal taking on the BSC young boys, and Arsenal looking to extend their 100% winning record against them today. And their squad has a few surprises that we'll talk about in just a moment. And this should be the one that Arsenal probably could win on paper. But as I've said before, there are no easy games in the Champions League. Not ever. So we're getting into a bit of a business period for this new league phase of the Champions League, and Arsenal full of a few surprises. Neto makes a starting goal tonight. Keywall is in the left. Lewis Skelly makes his Champions League debut in the middle of the park with Jorginho, and I think it might have been Odegaard. Front three of Saka, Martinelli, and I think that might have been Jesus ahead of Alexander Isak. But of course, Arsenal's match in the league against Liverpool is approaching, so I think you can understand his squad today. So it is a landmark day for Roberto Neto, making his first ever Champions League start in an Arsenal shirt. And so far, Neto has kept a clean sheet in every one of his appearances so far. We'll be looking to carry that on today. And here we are with the young boys lineup, with Van Bommel in goal. Imagine Piva Kamara down there in the back. It's a bit of a weird looking formation that has two strikers, one in the middle and one on the left. A bit of a strange thing there. It might actually just be a bit of a bug with the lineups, because that is certainly not an everyday formation. But young boys might as well try something different, because they are not really expected to do too well in this match on paper anyway. But the story on the pitch is always very different, sometimes. Well, here's Saliba with Jurrien Timber tonight. Still no Gabriel and Saliba at the same time. And already Lewis Skelly with another great pass to Saka. He made a great pass, I think, in the last match as well. Saka whips it in towards Bowen. and Arsenal already coming on the front foot here. And the young boys were probably prepared for that one. Here's Elliott. And Eaton. Well, if the form book is to be believed, Arsenal will have a bit of a field day today, but Neto has actually had to make a save just as I say that. It's a good one from him. Eaton with the shot, and blocked away, and free kick given, I think. On Bukayo Saka back in, of course, to be expected. Didn't play against Bournemouth in that 0-0 draw for this very reason. So an added rest for Alexander Isak tonight as well. A chance for Lewis Skelly to shine on the biggest of European stages. And that's a great pass he's picked out to Martinelli here. Here comes Kai Havertz, and Havertz will shoot, and it'll be a corner. I think it might have been actually Kai Havertz that was at the front here. He can play striker, don't forget. I think it was. He's not played there in some time. He's been rather kind of pushed a little back by the likes of Isak in particular. Martinelli will take this corner. Camera with the header away. Urian Timber pulled the trigger but didn't hit the ball before he got tackled. And now the young boys could possibly break here. They're not quick enough. Oh, they've gone backwards. And that is the sort of thing you cannot waste chances against a team like Arsenal that have been scoring for fun this season, except for Bournemouth. Bournemouth is the first game in the first batch of the season that Arsenal didn't score in. But they've scored in everything else, including wins against Barcelona. Next for them in the Champions League phase will be Real Madrid, as they already didn't have enough tough matches in this group to deal with. Sporting Lisbon have conceded against Wolfsburg as Ruben Alvarin is losing it a bit when it comes to the Champions League. He's not really firing on all cylinders with his team. And what's interesting is they might have a couple of injuries actually, but Alvarin, well, we all reported the Manchester United rumours last time out in the Women's Super League game between Brighton and Manchester United that Erik ten Hag is probably feeling the pressure again because of all the dropped points that his team has had over the course of the league season. Ruben Alvarin is rumoured, and even at the time was rumoured to be the considered replacement for Erik ten Hag before they U-turned on his what looked to be almost inevitable sacking at one point, regardless of the result. But winning it, and then an open letter, U-turned the decision. Ruben Alvarin was actually one of the people in consideration for the job before the season started. It'd be a bit of a difficult time for Alvarin to come in. Neto with a good save. And I wouldn't really envy that position because Manchester United are in a bit of a unknowing phase at the moment, where you really don't know what you're going to get with them, and more often than not, you're going to get a draw. So at this stage of the season, switching managers might not be the best course of action, but we'll see what the ownership of Manchester United does in the next couple of games that could be crucial for Ten Hag to regain some faith back in not only the owners' books, but now the fans. We've heard a couple of boos from the Old Trafford faithful towards their team. Maybe not Ten Hag in particular, because if it was, then it's certainly a strange considering what the open letter achieved a few months ago. It's amazing how quickly things can turn around. And they're not doing too badly, let's be honest. They are in the Europa League, of course. But we don't really know the Europa League group stage. It's something we'll have to probably do around maybe Real Madrid time, because that'll be halfway through this league phase. There's 8 games, so maybe after Real Madrid we should probably take a look at the Europa League standings and see how that league phase is going, actually. 15 minutes in, and the young boys are certainly posing a threat. That's another good save by Roberto Neto. He really is coming alive on this loan spell from Bournemouth at the moment. Obviously, you may be wondering where he was against Bournemouth. There was no secondary goalkeeper to back up David Raya in that one. Hold on. RB Leipzig have scored against Galatasaray in the 19th minute. And it's 1-0 to RB Leipzig. The young boys conjuring up another chance here. And no, almost got there. Timber clears it away. But Neto was obviously ineligible to play against Bournemouth as he was on loan from there. So that's why you didn't see a second goalkeeper in the starting lineup for that game. I actually completely forgot to mention that. So my bad on that one. Mills with the corner. And Arsenal just cannot get the young boys out of this area. And there you go, confirmation of what I just said earlier. It is Arsenal facing Liverpool in the Premier League. Another big 6-pointer, considering the placement of both those teams. Liverpool in a transition phase under Ernest Slot. Arsenal challenging for the title with Newcastle United and Manchester City, and Fabio Vieira is struggling to get back to his feet. And well, Manchester United were hit with an injury bug last season. It would have been very unfair to sack Ten Hag on that basis, to be fair, when you think about it. And that's something that Mikel Arteta has been very cautious to avoid. He's been doing everything he can to avoid it, but unfortunately for Fabio Vieira, it might spell trouble. We'll keep an eye on it. Eaton with a shot. And it's over Neto and over the bar. Well, young boys trying to claw their way into this game, because on paper it really isn't expected to go too well for them, but they're really proving the fighting spirit on the pitch. Alberto Neto has been in absolutely inspired form. He's not really played that many games, but every game he has played he's kept a clean sheet. With Martinelli, he's gone down, and that is a foul, and that is a booking for Lewin Blum there. Oh, it's a rash challenge, to be fair. Probably lucky not to see red. And to be honest, we've seen more than enough red cards this season in our coverage. As Bukayo Saka gets ready to take this free kick. I don't think he's going to shoot from here. It's quite a long way out. Stranger things have happened, though. So the ownership of the free kick falls on him tonight, with Martin Odegaard out. At least of the initial 11. And Bournemouth gathers it up. Vieira is still struggling. I think he might be being substituted rather soon by Mikel Arteta. He is struggling a bit. Blum, good tackle by Martinelli, and for a BSC young boys throw. Saliba brings it down wonderfully there. Lewis Skelly, another good ball from him. Kieran Tierney, Jorginho, Fabio Vieira. If it is a more serious injury for Fabio Vieira that he's carrying, he's not someone that Arsenal will miss on a regular starting 11 basis, so it wouldn't be all bad. No disrespect to Fabio Vieira, but he has got quite a stacked midfield to try and get through, consisting of Odegaard and the new signing Moreno, Jorginho, very experienced. And here is Martinelli, and he scores. And the BSC young boys' hard work has been undone. Martinelli has scored, and it's 1-0 to Arsenal. It's been coming. It's probably against the run of play slightly, but Mikel Arteta will not care. Brilliant turn here for Martinelli. He's probably been the unsung hero of this Arsenal side this season. And amongst the goals and some brilliant play. I think, to be fair, if there was a 6th Man of the Year award, like there is in the NBA, Martinelli would be probably a shoo-in to win it right now, because he has been one of the unsung heroes for Arsenal this season, behind the likes of Saka and Isak, just to name 2. He's got another goal tonight. Arsenal 1, BSC Young Boys 0. But the BSC Young Boys aren't giving this up. They had the better of the first half in the early phase, but I think that's rather just been snuffed out now. And now, here they come. Kai Havertz, he's gone down. It's a foul. No, it's not. The referee has not given a foul. That's a clear foul and a free kick all day long. But what could be even worse is that Kai Havertz is slow to get to his feet. And this is exactly what Arteta didn't need. Now he's got 2 players to be concerned about. And that is a foul. What? That is well, that's ridiculous. I'm not really sure why we haven't been brought back for a free kick there. That's and then it was just really for a shoulder barge. That's kind of ridiculous. Anyway, Neto with a great save. And Havertz is now struggling as well. So Arteta now has got a decision to make, because he might be substituting 2 players much earlier than he would like. With Skelly not with the best of passes. Well, I think whatever Kai Havertz might have, it might end up being worse than Vieira did. Well, listen to this substitution list. Raheem Sterling, well, actually going off. Bukayo Saka is being pulled out of this match, along with Kai Havertz and Fabio Vieira coming on. Trossard for Sterling for Saka, Pantano for Vieira, and Trossard for Kai Havertz. Now, Leo Trossard can play striker. He has before, and I see what Arteta is doing here. He is sacrificing Saka to put on Sterling for Havertz. Well, Trossard for Havertz, and here is Trossard with an early shot. Will he get to the rebound? Yes, he will. And Leo Trossard has scored. And the roll of the dice may have just paid off. Leo Trossard, immediate impact. 2 goals to the Arsenal. And it could be a very long night for BSC young boys now. So Bukayo Saka having to step aside. I'm not sure why Arteta felt the need to do that. I'm not really sure what the planning is there, but fair enough. I mean, if it works out a treat for Arsenal tonight, then he'll be probably labelled as a genius. And so far, it's worked, because Trossard has already got a goal on the board, and he had only been on a couple of minutes. Trossard is another one who's been a bit of a revelation at Arsenal this season. So, Pantano has come on for Vieira, which is interesting. Preferred to Odegaard, who's on the bench. Trossard was preferred to Isa. Bayer Leverkusen have scored against it's Frimpong for Leverkusen. I'm not sure who the opponent is, but they've scored against him anyway. Now has a lot of space. In comes Jurrien Timber with a great sliding challenge. That wasn't really a challenge, it was a way to put the striker off. He did very well there. Wonderfully played, forced the chip shot, and Neto probably saw it all the way. So that game against Liverpool has certainly made Mikel Arteta think a bit, and it could turn out to be inspired. Same Bukayo Saka for the bigger occasion, I guess. And Liverpool is going to be a tough matchup, for sure. Like we said, though, no easy games in the Champions League, but Arsenal are just finding it so easy against almost everybody at the moment. The only team they really struggled against was Manchester City. And here's Pantano. And he's going to pick out Leo Trossard, who's offside. It was almost a brilliant pass there. Unfortunately, Trossard was in an offside position. In a very much an offside position, to be fair. Almost with a free kick. With Skelly, not phasing under the pressure. Jorginho. Pantano, quick passing here from Arsenal. Sterling. He finds Trossard. Well, Trossard shooting well and he'll score. Leo Trossard makes it 3-0. And well, the triple substitution made you scratch your head, but Mikel Arteta may have just pulled a masterstroke. Trossard can play striker. He did for the majority of his time at Brighton, to be fair. And today, well, if he keeps playing like this, he will maybe have Isaac and Jesus and the like looking over their shoulder at him. 2 goals tonight. 3 goals to Arsenal, and it's becoming a bit of a cakewalk now. It's Keyboard to Martinelli. We have 3 minutes of added on time. Arsenal already out of sight in this one. By 3 goals to 0. The most unlikely of scorers, Leo Trossard, with 2 of them. And that is the end of a great first half for Arsenal. Well, not all great. It's great on the scoreline with 3 goals to 0 lead, but possible injuries to Kai Havertz and to Fabio Vieira. And we'll wait for news on them. But on the scoreline, Arsenal are dominating. 3 goals to nil. Welcome back to the Emirates for the second half of match day 3 in this new look UEFA Champions League, and this game might already be over because Arsenal are up by 3 goals to nil, but they do have a couple of lingering concerns with Fabio Vieira and Kai Havertz, who both went off injured. Antino already, and into Leo Trossard for 4-0, and they straight out of the locker room or dressing room and straight back onto the score sheet. Leo Trossard with a third. Oh, he's absolutely thriving today. Leo Trossard, what a volley. Nothing the keeper could do. What a strike by Leandro Trossard. Hat-trick hero. Match ball for him tonight. Arsenal are by 4 goals to nil and absolutely cruising. Honestly, what a tackle. There's no fear on the youngsters for Arsenal tonight. They've been thrown into the European spotlight. Lewis Skelly and Pantano, but today they are absolutely thriving with great passing and tackling for Pantano there. Here's Itten dancing his way into the area, and well, Saliba, there was only ever going to be one winner of that battle. Gino. And the young boys are swarming him, to be fair. Not then completely giving this up. The scoreline really has told its own story. Sterling. There's Pantano. Trossard. Leo Trossard. Acceleration of pace. Kamara finally dismisses him with the ball. Trossard once more. Well, the most goals scored in a Champions League game, one game, is joint held by Lionel Messi and Luis Androa, and Trossard has got 4. Could we see history being made tonight? Leo Trossard has 4, Arsenal have 5. What a dominating display by Leo Trossard and Arsenal. The young boys have no answer. Trossard is on the verge of equaling the most goals scored in a Champions League night. Luis Androro and Lionel Messi, I believe, hold it jointly with 5. And because Arsenal are so far out of sight, they're going to make a substitution. William Saliba is coming off for a Champions League debut for Monkilios, I think his name is. And another Arsenal youngster coming through the ranks. And it's Mon Lewis, I think his name is. It could be a possible foul on Urian Timber, but the referee doesn't give it. And some fires wide with a header. So Arsenal are in such a dominating position that even William Saliba can be taken off as well. It's just plain sailing for Mikel Arteta. Roberto Neto has done really well. He had a really decent first half with a couple of decent saves, but I think it's all Arsenal now, and all Leo Trossard, really. What a debut for Mon Lewis. Probably didn't expect this when he arrived earlier. Monaco are facing Austrian side Strum, and they have taken a 2-1 lead, I believe, there now. Here's Skelly. Well, they only started singing North London Forever a season ago, and it certainly will be ringing later tonight. Here is Trossard again, and this time BSC young boys keep him out. 1 goal from equaling history. Most unlikely man to do that. Leo Trossard, we've had the likes of Ronaldo, Ruud van Nistelrooy, 2 prolific goal scorers. Wayne Rooney scored a hat-trick on his debut against Fenerbahce, I believe. But Leo Trossard was probably not a man you would have drawn up to possibly make history here tonight. There's another 30 minutes of this game left to play for Trossard to do so. Might as well call this game off now. Arsenal just so comfortable. We haven't seen Arsenal in this kind of form since the Invincibles, really. It really is a sight to behold. Mikel Arteta has worked magic with this Arsenal side. Here's Sterling. And he whips it in. And Trossard was the target. But unfortunately, nothing doing on that occasion. Jorginho, great interception. Arsenal just looking ever so comfortable. And that could be a foul on Lewis Skelly, but he gets back up. And that is called back for the foul and a booking for Philip Ernelik. And I think he's the second young boys player to be booked. Young Lewis Skelly has not faded under the lights tonight. And another two youngsters are making their own mark as well. Trossard has free kick duties here. Ella has found Eaton. He will put it into the box. And Arsenal still getting back. Lewis Skelly battling for the ball here, and it is a BSC young boys free kick. That's rather unfortunate for Arsenal, and for Lewis Skelly, he was doing really well up to that point. Battling for the ball. He's quite the small guy, Lewis Skelly. He's not big or tall, but the kid's got a big heart, as you showed there. And they, way over. Never looked like going in. Never looked like scoring it. Wow. What part of the ball did he hit there? Because that went way into the air. That's unfortunate. Neto has had a comfortable second half so far. Had much more of it in the first. Sterling has got the ball back. Monaco scored a third against Strom. Now Skelly, great pass, Martinelli, and now here comes Trossard. He's done it. That's 5 for Leo Trossard tonight. That equals the most goals scored in one Champions League game. He has a third member, Lionel Messi, Luis Andrade, Leandro Trossard. And there's still time for him to break that record that has stood for quite some time. Well, he was a striker for most of his time at Brighton, but he's been pushed down to winger position for Arsenal. Today he's back up top, and boy is he being prolific. Arsenal 6, Young Boys 0. Trossard 5, Young Boys 0. Well, 20 minutes. That's the amount of time Trossard has to break a record here tonight. And Arsenal, I think the biggest scoring game was 8-2 for Borussia Dortmund that one time. Arsenal could probably break that here as well. The most goals scored in the game was 8-2 to Borussia Dortmund. I think that might have been against Sporting Lisbon, believe it or not. One of the biggest single winning margins was Manchester United against ACS Roma that one year, where they won 7-0. Lupierre, a good tackle to be fair. Sterling. Well, the young boys aren't absolutely waving the white flag, but it's just Arsenal are just stronger. And now Sterling has picked out Trossard, and he's going to deflection. He's put it in. Leo Trossard makes history tonight with 6 in one game. What a performance by Leandro Trossard. And what a game by Arsenal. Great shot, good save, but Trossard wanted that more, and you can tell the record was on his mind there. How much he wanted that. That was passion showed by Leo Trossard. 7 for Arsenal, 6 for Trossard, 1 for Martinelli. It's lights out here tonight, and Champions League history has been made. And if that is not a statement of Arsenal's season, then I don't know what will be. We've still got plenty of the season left to run, but this night is a statement night. And Bayer Leverkusen have conceded against their opponents. I'm not sure who they are. And the young boys have been shocked because Arsenal are just that much on fire at the moment. There could be more yet. If you look at the shots, Neto, well taken. Honourable mention to Roberto Neto. He's done so well since coming over from Bournemouth. I wonder if they'll want to make his loan move permanent. Certainly would be some story. And Neto has definitely found a new lease of life at Arsenal. He's done very well so far. In the 3 games he's played, he's kept a clean sheet in all of them. They've not been matches that are particularly difficult. Bolton Wanderers was kind of like a possible win, an almost inevitable win for Arsenal on their day. On a day like today, definitely so. He played a Premier League game and got a clean sheet, and now he's getting one now. And Lewis gets there. And it's been goal after goal after goal for Arsenal. Oh, now Martinelli is just riding challenges like they don't exist. And here he comes, and Trossard once more. And Trossard chests it down. Martinelli goes for another. He gets stripped up. Martinelli's opening goal for Arsenal seems like a very long time ago now. He won't care. It's another one on his record because, like we said, he's been the unsung hero. If there was a, like I said, if there was a Sixth Man of the Year, he would win it. Antonio. And he gets brought down by referee. It could be a foul. Could be a double foul. The referee waits play on. Probably at young boy's mercy, to be fair. Well, they're still trying. But I think Arsenal have really just overpowered them tonight. Neto, that was well taken. What a brilliant night for Roberto Neto. He'll go under the shade of Trossard tonight, but he has been brilliant as well. Sterling in towards Trossard again. He's brought it down. He forces a save for the keeper. Oh, he's missed it. Oh, he's missed one. Can you believe it? Leo Trossard could have made it 7 for himself tonight. And that chance was probably as good as the other one he had. Well, what a game from Arsenal. They've equalled the Manchester United 7-0 win, and they did that. Don't forget Manchester United after conceding one against Roma in a tie, and they were away from home. They were at the Roma Stadium in that night, conceded 1, I believe. Turned it around. Alvarez has scored for Atletico Madrid. Neto keeps that one out as well against Celtic. They're facing Atletico Madrid. Probably to be expected against Celtic, to be fair. Atletico Madrid just have the better players in that matchup as well. Well, Jurrien Timber, we're hearing, is taking a knock as well, as if Mikel Arteta didn't need this. Injuries everywhere all of a sudden. Well, Lewis has got there, and, well, he put him off. Well played by him. Well, Lewis going for the ball. Absolutely putting his body on the line there. No fear from that youngster. Arsenal's youngsters showing no fear tonight. One of the biggest stages in world football, a Champions League night, no matter which kind of night it is, if it's group phase, or league phase, or knockout rounds, or even the final. Every Champions League night is a big night. And it's been a big night for Arsenal, and in particular for Leo Trossard. Alright, they're still showing some fight, the young boys. They've just been outmatched tonight by a much more powerful Arsenal side. who brought Alexander Isak to score goals. Tonight, Leo Trossard has scored 6 on his own. He's struggling and yearning to get the smallest of consolations, but no mercy from Arsenal. Keywar picks it out, and that's going to be a free kick to the Young Boys, I think. No, it is an Arsenal free kick, my apologies. Well, you could add on 10-15 minutes and Arsenal will win here tonight. The Young Boys have been totally outmatched. Not for one for not trying, but Arsenal and Trossard were just too strong tonight. An absolutely out of this world performance by Arsenal and Trossard, really. And Nick can't get a consolation on the board for them. Unsung hero, Roberto Neto. A very good honourable mention for him tonight. He's done spectacularly well. He didn't have a lot to do in the second half, but those saves he made in the first were more than enough in the end, because Arsenal were out of sight by about the 4th goal. Well brought down by Trossard, and he's away. Can he get the 8th? It's Leandro Trossard, and he's been forced to save with the keeper. He'll be relieved to get that one on the board. Martinelli has gone down. That's a penalty. Oh, it just gets worse. BSC Young Boys just want to go home, and now they have to deal with this penalty. And Martinelli, well, he pushes him to the ground, really, doesn't he? No complaints. And it will be Leo Trossard to take it and be the first man to score. I've lost track. It's goal 7, isn't it? It is. Goal 7 for Leo Trossard on a truly magical night for him and his Arsenal team. Arsenal 8, BSC Young Boys 0. One of the biggest winning margins in Champions League history. 7 of the best from Leandro Trossard, who writes his own piece of Champions League history. And an absolutely inspired performance by a man that didn't even start the game. He came on and he overtook it. Arsenal, a truly historic night. The BSC Young Boys were nowhere near them, and Leandro Trossard took everyone to school. 7 goals out of 12 attempts for him as well, high efficiency rating. And what more can you say? Because the scoreline tells the entire story. Arsenal 8, Trossard 7, Young Boys 0. So let's take a look at all the scores from this week's fixtures. Milan and Club Brugge, a surprising result with a 1-1 draw, and Barcelona once again just not able to get something on the board. They've scored a point tonight, but had to make work for it against Bayer Leverkusen. Madrid beat Strum, as we saw. Monaco beat Bologna, as we saw. Final beat Benfica by 2-1. Inter Milan beating the Burgundy club, I think it is, 3-1. And Fenerbahce, actually, I think they're the wrong scores. Actually, I think they were. We'll restart that again. So let me try and find it here. This is where I tried to find anything. I think I might have even just done this again. Actually, is that right? Real Madrid beating Bologna. I think that's Nice drawing with State Club, I think it is. Atlanta beating Banfandry. Fenerbahce beating 5-2 to Liverpool beating Dinderest by 2-1. Then Inter Milan beating Aston Villa. So this is the right scorelines. Borussia Dortmund 1, Club Brugge 1. Manchester City actually won against Benfica by 3-2, but most of the bigger clubs are somewhat struggling. I think I am still waiting to go down the rest of the order, so we'll take a... I've kind of lost my way a bit. Okay, so Barcelona beaten by AC Milan, and Bayern Munich only drew with Juventus. There's a couple of other scores, and of course Arsenal beating Young Boys by 8-0, as we saw. Atletico Madrid did beat Celtic in the end, and Ginola beat Paris Saint-Germain by 3-1. So the bigger clubs the really big clubs like Munich and PSG have really struggled in this league phase this season. We are going to have a very strange table by the end of this. Galatasaray actually pulled one back against RB Leipzig. They took the lead early in the first half there. Bayer Leverkusen won their match against, I can't remember what team that's called. Monaco beat Sturm by 4-2. Sporting Lisbon actually turned it around against Stuttgart, actually, in the end, by 2-1. Donetsk beat PSV by 2-1. So here's the table then. This will make much more sense. Arsenal lead on a massive goal difference ahead of AS Monaco and Atletico Madrid, Inter Milan and Fenerbahce all on 9 points with them. So then we go into the outside of the top 5. Leverkusen are 7th ahead of Atlanta and Galatasaray. So Genoa, I think, are in the playoff positions now. Real Madrid are only 10th. And a lot of big names are going to be a lot lower down than you would have expected. There's Borussia Dortmund at 11, not certainly a surprise. Shakhtar Donetsk 12th, followed by Standard Liège. I think it's 8 and 8, isn't it, in the playoff positions? I'm not really sure how this works yet. We've got to get used to this new one. So AC Milan down there in 14th place, certainly wouldn't want to expect it. Aston Villa probably more expected than not. But a good effort from them nonetheless. Paris Saint-Germain then. Here is the big surprises. Paris Saint-Germain, Liverpool, Bayern Munich, Manchester City, Celtic, all outside even the playoff zone. And that's 3 big scalps. We could see a very interesting last 16 if this keeps up. Stade Belarus, Feyenoord, SL Benfica, Club Brugge and Bucharest. Barcelona only getting 1 point from the first 3 games now. Constantine 30th, followed by Bologna. Brøndby IF with 0 points. PSV with 0 points. Stuttgart with 0 points. And the last 2, Graz, of course, on 0 points. And Young Boys definitely took a beating at the hands of Arsenal today and are last in the league phase table.